Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the pod. It is season 5, episode number 6. I'm Chris. That is Tim. Hey, bud.
Hey, Cloudy. What's going on today, buddy?
Not too much, man. This one threw me off. A short work week. I
Oh,
feel like today's Monday, but good to be here for the pod.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure what day it is today, buddy. I had a banger of a weekend. Loved the weather. Had a couple beers. It was great.
How confusing is this? Okay, so we've talked about the messaging in Ontario, how we're still in a lockdown, right? And we're still at a stay-at-home order. But golf is back as of Saturday. So you're allowed to golf, but technically you're not allowed to drive anywhere that's not essential. You're only supposed to leave your house for essential reasons. So I guess that counts, right? Like golf is.
I think it's teleportation is the messaging. Obviously, it's only for the elite, but teleportation I think is where they're going with this right now. I have no idea, buddy. I don't get it. I tried to quit reading the rules. Like I follow the rules, but I'm like can't read into them now because I don't get it. I don't get it. How do you stay at home and you can have 5 people in your backyard? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. But how am I supposed to get to your backyard if it's not essential? Like, you know what I mean? It's so confusing. Hope you had a great long weekend. Hope you got a chance to catch season 5, episode 5 last week with fishing legend, outdoorsman legend, Bob Azumi was our guest. And that was great. He just, I think we asked him 2 questions the whole time. And
he came out of the gate hot and it was perfect. That's what, when you have Bob Azumi on, you just want to hear Bob Azumi stories. And we did. So that was fantastic. That was a big score for us to get Bob Azumi on. And I've enjoying the little clips that you've posted this week too. Some good to relive some of those stories. I think I was too busy laughing when I told him the first time. So go check it out if you haven't seen the Bob Azumi episode.
For sure. Andre's tuning in here tonight. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, you can watch, if you're watching on Facebook tonight, that's great. You can also watch on YouTube or download the audio. We get that up there on Wednesday mornings and wherever you get your pods, that's where you're going to find it there. Gavin Anderson is our guest from Anderson Craft Ales in London. We're going to talk to him in just a second. But first, Timmer, our sponsors for season 5, episode number 6.
Oh, buddy, if you're looking to buy or sell, Chris McLeod is the guy over at Realty House. Had a buddy send me a text today. Said he bought a house with Chris McLeod today. On closing, that buddy gets 2 cases of flywheel. You heard it here first. 2 cases of flywheel. You heard it here first. Also, big thank you to Shauna over at the Health House. Check out Shauna at the healthhouseck.com if you're looking to be healthy. And again, our best wishes go out to our friends at the Pakistan Super League. Obviously, we just want to be friends, but we also want them to be safe.
Not yet, eh? Not back on the court? Yeah, no.
Not field. Pitch. I think that's
What's drinking, bud, is how we start off every pod. And we feature the 3 beers that we're going to drink during the pod here tonight. Tim, I'm going all in tonight. I'm going all in on my Anderson Craft Ales. So I've got 3 IPAs here.
Just going straight.
I'm going all in. I'm all cards to the middle. All cards to the middle.
Good for you, buddy.
What are you drinking
I also have the Anderson IPA that we'll talk to Gavin about. So I'll crack that one. Got my hands on one of these this weekend. This is Meanwhile down in Moxie from our friends over at Great Lakes. This one's delicious. Has the Eldorado hops in it, and I just love this. And then I stumbled upon this weekend. This is Cabin Jeans, a cream ale from our friends at Refined Fool. And then it comes in this nifty little 4-pack right here. That 4-pack is now empty, but this nifty little 4-pack. But I saw on their Instagram that this is rebranded. This used to be Troll Toll. So if you enjoyed Troll Toll in the past, it's now called Cabin Jeans. And I had one of these yesterday, and it's refreshing. So that's my lineup here tonight, Cloudy. I am going to go with the Anderson IPA to start, though.
Well, with that,
I find my glass. There it is.
Let's pull in the president of Anderson Craft Ales. It is Gavin Anderson. Gavin, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing very well, thanks. How are you guys?
Very good. Thanks for jumping on here. I know it's pretty busy as the president of a brewery, but we're glad you found some time to do this.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
What are you drinking tonight? What do you drink when you're not drinking? Well, I guess that's your job.
Yeah, I would say most of what I drink is probably our own stuff, just because very convenient. But I mean, we've got our summer Pilsner that's releasing this weekend, so I
Yeah.
snuck a 6 pack of that home early, and that's what I'm going for now.
Nice,
Delicious.
nice. Do you find you get invited to a lot of parties? Like invite Gavin. He'll take care of some bevies for us.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, maybe not the first time, but it helps with repeat invites for sure. And
Those awkward moments when you're at a barbecue, I'm sure, and you look over at a friend and he's not drinking an Anderson. Is it like a shy like, okay, let's get one of those? Is that what's going on with buddies?
yeah, I should just get like koozies that just look like our cans, and then they can just slip
Love that
whatever they
idea.
want in there, and everybody's happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anderson Craft Ales. Of course, you're the president. Your family is behind this. How long now for Anderson Craft Ales? And give us a little background on the story and how it all came to be.
Sure. Yeah, this August will be our 5 year anniversary. So it's been a whirlwind. It doesn't feel like that long, but apparently, well, it also feels like it hasn't been that long, and it feels like it's been 10 times longer than that. So it depends what day you ask me. But yeah, it started out. I was working at another brewery in New Brunswick, where I was the head brewer there. So I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to open a brewery, and I worked there for a few years, and we won tons of awards for beers we brewed, and it was going very well. And then I mean, it took a couple years to convince my family to all get behind it, but we did, and I moved back to London, and the rest is history.
So London isn't home though, right? Is it Guelph?
I guess closer to Guelph. I mean,
Yeah.
I've moved around a fair amount, but like I had, we have a family that has lived in London for forever. Like my grandparents lived here, and my cousins lived here, and so I grew up, I guess, outside Guelph. But then I mean, I've also lived in like Toronto for a bit, and then I moved to Kentucky for a bit, and then I went to New
Oh,
Brunswick, and then came back here.
it's cool. Really
Kevin,
cool.
Kevin, I saw in a bio, I think today when I was reading up, you have a PhD in microbiology. Is that for real?
Yeah, yeah.
So what was what was your plan? Like you didn't get that to become a brewer, did you? Or like how did you go from PhD in microbiology? I'm kind of just asking for myself because I have a little bit of a science background, but I've never made the jump obviously to have my own brewery. So how do you go from getting a PhD in microbiology to jumping in to be a head brewer instead?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I found I wasn't definitely wasn't my original goal. So I've been homebrewing for like I guess maybe 10 or 15 years or so, maybe more. And then I was doing my PhD while I was homebrewing at the same time, and a microbrewery opened up right around the corner from where I was going to school. And we went there, we drank there a lot, and then I started volunteering there because I just loved the place and loved the atmosphere. And then I realized there's a ton of overlap between what I was doing,
Right.
like what I was studying, and what they do in the brewery, between the like chemistry and biology aspect of it, and combine that with the home brewing, and all three together, and it kind of made it look like it was actually a viable career choice and not just a fun hobby. So it was as soon as I graduated, that's when I flipped over from science to brewing, and I haven't looked back.
There's a fine line in school when you go to a brewery for research purposes and for just partying purposes. And you made it, and you turned it into more than just like, hey, I'm going out and getting some beers in me tonight, or you turned it into a career. Was like I know Tim just asked you about how you became a brewer, but what was the goal? Was it always to be a brewer, or when did you go, this is it? This is what I want to do.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't the original plan. It was I think it was when I started volunteering at the brewery. So I was working there just a couple shifts a week, just like shoveling grain out and squeegeeing
Yeah.
the floor and working the canning line, and just because I wanted to get a kind of behind the scenes look, and that's when I realized it was a lot of the same concepts and principles that they were applying to something that's just, I think, a little more fun than sitting in a lab all day.
I think that day that you figured that out was probably like, shit, I could do this and use my background and make it a career. It must have been like the most eye-opening moment ever. Tim, I'm sure you're listening to this because you're thinking, could I volunteer and squeegee the floor at
Well,
with your science background?
I hear these things. I'm like, because I have also hung out at a brewery, local brewery, and squeegeed the floor and helped them make some beer, and just never made that jump yet into the brewing. I love everything about Anderson Brewing. I probably was there the first time about 4 years ago. It's a simple, like the packaging simple. The brewery is a clean, beautiful place to be in. What's kind of like your philosophy of this brewery? Like when people walk in the front door, what are you looking for them to feel when they come in there?
Well, I mean, I like your description of, I guess, well, yeah, simple is kind of not exactly simple, I guess, but more accessible and just kind of open and friendly. Like I think a lot of craft brewery stuff can be very intimidating for people who haven't been to a lot of craft breweries to jump into. It can, and so when you come in and you see a big menu board and you don't recognize any of the styles or any of the names, or if you go to a restaurant and they give you the draft menu and you see a list of dozen beers and they all have different names, like I mean, yeah, not to pick out on anybody, but some of them have pretty out there names, and if the server doesn't know what they are, then
Right.
you've no clue. I guess you can look it up on your phone these days, but back when I was getting into it, I mean, I just want people to know what to expect and not be surprised or disappointed. So if you see a beer like an IPA, it's going to be an IPA in the can. Our cream ale is a cream ale. We got a brown, we have a stout, and they're all pretty clearly labeled. And if that's still not enough for you, they all have a description on the back of the can. So there should be no surprises inside, except maybe you may be surprised by how good it is. I guess I'll allow that.
I like that. I like the simplicity because and Tim, you're a craft beer nerd. I'm not at that level yet, but to have it simple, because sometimes I grab beers and I'll get Tim will say, "What is it?" And I'm like, I don't know. I thought the can was cool, but like when you're grabbing something like this, you know what you're getting into, and for like first timers or people that haven't been before, it eases them in a little bit. I like how you've done that. How has it been at the brewery? Obviously, we can't come in and see the great brewery here with what's going on with the pandemic, but how have things been here over the last 15, 16 months or whatever it's been?
I mean, it's been a total roller coaster, right? I
Yeah.
think like last March, nobody really knew what to expect. And then we kind of rolled out the opening and then we closed it down, then we opened it up and we closed it down. And then we went in the color coded system and then all the colors changed and then they added more colors and then those got closed. And so it's been every 2 or 3 weeks where there's been a new refresh of rules and you just got to adapt and stay on your
Yeah.
toes and roll with it. So we're still there every day brewing and we're following the rules that they lay out for us, and it's been a major challenge, that's for sure.
Now, and with that, are you able to plan ahead for the summer, like for new releases? I know you do a beer fest. Like, are you able to even to plan those things, or are you just putting those in the back burner until you get the? I see say thumbs up, but that could change 2 weeks later too. Like, what do you do looking forward?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we try and plan for things, but then we also have to make sure we have backup plans and that we have like backup plans because
Yeah.
every new beer we make, we do one batch of it and we split it between cans and kegs, right? So if we know we're going to be closed down, we go 100% cans because it's all takeout. If we know we're going to be open, we might go 50-50. So we kind of have to guess where we're going to be a month from now, 2 months from now to know how many kegs to fill, or else we just get stuck with a fridge full of stuff we can't sell.
I got you, Tim. Do you have something there, buddy?
Yeah, last week you guys had the 100 cans of beer pack, and again I missed out on getting it. Again, what's it like to put out some cases that have 100 beers in it? What do your clients say when they go to pick up one of these things? Because again, I haven't been able to experience it yet, but one of these days I'll make the cut. What's the look on people's face, I guess, when they roll into 100-pack case of beer?
I mean, it's definitely a conversation piece if you get one. It's not so much. I mean, this year or this holiday, there's not much you can do, but it's kind of the ultimate like backyard barbecue flex, I think, because if you roll
Yeah.
up with a 100 pack, um, But yeah, no, a lot of these things just start as like we're standing on the canning line packaging beer, and someone will be like, like you saw those 30 packs, like it'd be so stupid if we had 100 packs. And like, yeah, let's do that. And so a
Was
lot of the things like that are just kind of, I don't know, we're just kind of spitballing, and some of them we do, and a lot of them we don't do, but. That's one that we thought would be fun, and it's not too hard to pull off. So we do it a couple times a year.
That's pretty neat. And I'm just trying to find here, and forgive me because I thought I saw a note, a collaboration with, was it Sawdust City that you did, or am I making that up completely?
We've done a few. Our collab with
Okay.
Sawdust City was that was probably 3 years ago. It was a
Okay.
coconut black IPA that we did, but then we did one with Great Lakes maybe 2 years ago. We did one with Left Field, and most recently we just did a collab seltzer with Stormstade, who's also in
Okay.
London.
And how do those come about? Like, is this with your history in brewing? Do you know somebody, or is there a phone call made, or they come to you? How do those collabs come about?
It's you. I mean, the brewing industry is pretty tight knit, so there's a lot of our brewers and will know brewers from other places because they went to school with them or they worked with them in the past, or we meet them at like conferences and trade shows,
Ah,
or there's just a brewery that we've gone to and like to hang out with, and we'll just send them a message and be like, hey, we want to come over and have a couple beers and maybe make some beer at the same time. And
that's
so
cool.
they're usually not planned too far in ahead, but there's a lot of like-minded breweries out there that we like to work with, and we like their beer, and it's pretty easy to throw something together when you're all in the same kind of mindset.
Now, you said you were brewing out in New Brunswick. Was that where you're at?
Mhm.
Is there a big difference between the New Brunswick market and brewing out there to Ontario, or is it side by side exactly the same?
It's pretty similar. I think it's maybe a couple of years behind. Like the IPA craze was just kind of picking up when I was there. So it was like 6 or 7 years ago, where it was already pretty much in full swing here, and like hazy IPAs are just starting to pick up there now, I think, or maybe in the last couple of years. So it's pretty similar. I think that it kind of, I mean, it seems like the U.S. beer scene is a couple of years ahead of what we see in Ontario, and then we might be a couple of years ahead of what you see in the Maritimes. I don't know what the if there's if well, I don't even know if that's accurate. That's just kind of my observation, but I don't can't really explain why that would be.
Can AndersonCraftAles.ca, if you're listening around the province, how are you getting your beer to beer drinkers that want it?
So we do. I mean, if you live close by, we prefer you come by the brewery, stop by the retail shop, and say hello and grab some. We also have LCBOs, kind of Windsor to Toronto, and we offer through our website. We've got free shipping anywhere in Ontario for $100 or more, 2 cases or more.
Do that.
Fantastic.
We can do that. Tim, do you have anything else, buddy?
Yeah. What's the summer look like? Best case scenario. You guys have you have a patio. What do you feel like this is going to look like for you guys to open up here? Hopefully in the next month or so. I'm guessing with number codes and percentage of vaccinated, whatever that I don't even like. I've lost the algorithm of what this is going to look like now for. But you know,
Phase
like
8. Yeah.
yeah, London's beer scene is awesome. Been there several times with buddies. Tour around. Always want to hit Anderson. But what's it going to look like this summer? What are you guys planning on doing to make people feel safe there?
I think it looks pretty positive for the summer. I've got a really good outlook for it this year. We've got the city has approved outdoor patio extension for us, so we
Nice.
can have like 50 people outdoors, tons of distance and spread out, and we're doing table service, and we have like an in-house kitchen now, so it'll be great. I mean, come outside and sit on the patio with a small group, and you're 10 feet away from anyone else, and you get some fresh beer and fresh food. And I think I got high hopes for this summer. I think it's gonna be great.
We do as well. Gavin, appreciate your time. Really do. AndersonCraftAles.ca. Go online, and when we can, we're coming up for a visit, and we're going to get in there and try some stuff. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Gavin, thanks a lot.
Cool, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gavin.
Gavin. Gavin Anderson, Anderson Craft Ales in London. If I could spit out the name properly, I wanted to call it Gavin Craft Ales the whole time, which maybe he did too. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, Cloudy. Anderson Craft Ales has always been one of my favorites. I think the beer that they make is just crisp, clean. It's good. It's just quality beer. The first time I was ever in there, I was like, man, I like this place. And then I didn't even know when you go in, there's an upstairs, like above the
oh yeah,
cooler. And I didn't like the first time I was there, I didn't even go up there. Then the next time I was there, I went up there. I'm like, damn, this place is even cooler than I thought it was the last time I was here. So if you're in the area this summer, definitely go check out Anderson. I always do when I'm in London, if it's to have a beer there or pick up a case of beer. They're usually short cans too. And I love the short cans. I love the short cans, especially in the summertime. They're cream ale, delicious.
we call that crushable.
Yeah,
Crushable.
100%.
Gavin he just checked out there. Thanks for him for joining. You know what? Trying to nail him down. We've been trying to do that since about season 3 to get him to come on. And busy guy running a business. First of all, in a pandemic is not easy, and then trying to get some time just to talk. And it's playoff hockey night, so we get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get it.
It's busy. It's busy. I have a bunch of things here in the beer buzz, Tim, that I want to talk about. Usually the weekend after the long weekend in Ontario, it's the Returns for Leukemia weekend.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Bottledrive.ca. Last year they raised, and obviously in the middle of a pandemic, usually it's a crazy event where you pull up and there's a bunch of things going on at the beer store. You drop off your empties and yada yada yada, a bunch of stuff going on. So last year was a little different. It was a little tamer. Still raised about $850,000 across Ontario.
That's awesome.
And their donations prior to where did I have that? I think it's like 8 million. It's a crazy number that they've raised here. But that is canceled this year. There is no Returns for Leukemia because of the pandemic. So they encourage you to donate your empties when you visit the stores. There is a lot of groups that do like these can drives and stuff. So if you know of one, that's one way to do it. But that bottle drive won't be happening this year because I know a lot of people, like my mom, she drinks 8 beers a year. And she saves those cans. She does. She doesn't drink very many. She saves those cans, and she's like, "I'm saving them for the bottle drive."
Yeah,
great. Every bit counts, but she can get rid of those now. Save those.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll be back in business next year and get those donations for leukemia. Great cause. Hopefully they'll be back in business next year.
Bottledrive.ca. Tim, want to talk about a brewery in Okanagan, BC, the Okanagans. Okay. It's called the Small Axe Roadhouse, and they've been saving up to buy draft taps for quite a while. They didn't have draft taps, and they want to do something different. They've been just doing cans, so they want to do something really different to, get some attention. So the female manager and her other staff thought of a design. Are you ready to see this? This is the beer
I did see this one.
There you go. There you go. So they opened up.
Okay.
It's all women, mostly. Manager and the everyone working at the bar is mostly women. They got a lot of positive feedback, but they also got a bunch of negative. Well, surprise! You put something on the internet, you're going to get something negative back. But this is the beer taps they used. So there you see, obviously, what is that? 6 taps in the middle, and then they got 4
unique
positions.
taps.
Yeah, uniquely positioned.
I have been to a lot of breweries. I've never seen it, so it's unique. 100%. That's unique. I'd try it. I'd have a beer there.
Yeah.
Not sure what else you want me to go with on this one.
No, that's all right. I would love it. Yeah. Cheers.
Is that what's poured off of it?
Yeah.
The Queen's Lager.
Beer. The Queen's Lager comes off those 2 beer taps. Right there.
That's fantastic.
I had something else too, Timmer. But you wanted to talk about the chugging this weekend.
Oh yeah, the Sheepdogs. Obviously, if you know me, you know that. Big fan of the Sheepdogs. They have a new album coming out this weekend called No Simple Things. 6 new bangers, but they have something pretty cool. I think on Friday night they are going to do a celebratory Zoom beer shotgunning with hopes of setting a world record for the most shotgun beers at once. So obviously, I got my ticket and I'm in. for the release party. So
Really?
yeah, I've been missing out on seeing the Sheepdogs in the last year, and that's a big part of last summer. I was getting ready to listen to the Sheepdogs somewhere live and have some beers with them. I've actually had some beers with them before.
Nice.
Haven't shotgun with them, but I friggin' will this weekend. That's for sure.
Awesome. That's
I'm in.
Friday night, you said?
Friday night. I think
Yeah.
it starts at 8. I got my ticket. I'm in for some shotgun and the beers and listen to some new Sheepdogs. They got a new video out for their new song, Keep On Loving You. I got so jacked up, buddy, when I saw the video. They're back. Makes me feel good. Feel good.
How cool was it to start Friday, the long weekend with the new hip, old hip,
right?
Saskadelphia? That was pretty neat. That was so dripping with Canadianity, just maple syrup dripping. It was like, long Canadian weekend.
They had that one figured out pretty well. Released that on the long weekend. Everybody listened multiple times. They talked to a couple guys this weekend. They said they had it on repeat all weekend. So
it was solid
release for sure.
Hearing Gord's voice again, it's pretty sweet. Yeah. Timber. So the story in the New York Times, I think it was today. So CC Sabathia, former Major League pitcher, left-hander, big lefty. Like, he was a big boy. He had put on some weight. He had some great years with the Yankees, and he pitched for a couple of their teams too. He's retired since, and he is now playing softball with a local team in New York.
Pitching?
No, he's a first baseman, and he can rake too. He rakes. He's a big boy, and it's all over the internet. He shows up there. I don't know. This is our production values right here. There you can see him up the bat.
Crushing balls.
Yeah, crushing balls. And they even printed his box score in there.
Yeah.
There's CC. Boom, boom.
So is CC
2 for 3
after the game?
Yeah. Isabella's watching here tonight over at Kingston Brewery. You should say hi.
Kingsville Brewery?
Yeah, Kingston. Good God.
Shit. It's scrambled today for you, Cloudy.
Shit, Isabella. Sorry.
Leafs game's on soon, right? That's what you're.
I'm keeping an eye on the time. Yeah, I'm getting that.
We'll get people out of here in time for that tonight, buddy.
Yeah. Phil Mickelson was the PGA winner, the PGA Championship on the weekend. How weird is it that they're making such a big deal at Phil being the oldest PGA player? Like, it's not like he's 88. Like,
right. What is he, 50?
50. So that's old on the tour, yeah. But like 50.
It's pretty badass to walk in there as a 50-year-old, right? Like, amazing for him to come in and do that. I'm sure the young guys were like, get out of here, Phil. And then he just comes in and shit kicks them.
Do you think Phil's ripping dad jokes in the change room? Like, he's doing like dad.
Yeah. He obviously could beat some of their dads, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like most of them, probably.
Yeah.
He's crushing beers now, too.
Oh, yeah. Light beers, for sure. For sure. Tim, this is a legend. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. I'm sorry. I'm so scrambled tonight. Guest from season 4, episode 2 was Hall of Fame pitcher Fergie Jenkins. And today is the date 39 years ago that Fergie struck out his 3,000th batter, and the Baseball Hall of Fame tweeted this out today. And I thought, this is really cool. So Fergie strikes out his 3,000th batter, and the play-by-play guy is Harry Carey. Right?
Yeah, I thought that was him. I thought it was. I heard it today.
This is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. You can go back and listen to Fergie on season 4, episode 2 of the pod, but here is his 3,000th K.
Takes his time. Here's the pitch. He got it, Gary Templeton. The 3,000th strikeout of his career. Gary Templeton goes down swinging. And Ferguson Jenkins being congratulated, throws the baseball into the dugout. All of his teammates coming out to shake his hand. The photographers are out there. A historic moment for Chicago Cubs baseball.
How smooth was Fergie there, right?
Oh,
3,000th K, and he's just like, yep, no big deal. Yeah. Throws her into the dugout. I'll take that later. He's just like, got this. That was smooth.
Couple things was Harry Carey's voice on a beer pod. Like, that guy, like 3BeerPod, that he's not even warmed up at threes. Like, he's just getting started. Harry was legendary, right?
Amazing.
But a couple things the production, and we were laughing about our production here tonight, but like the production just put a blue circle around Fergie. It's like, okay, good chance he gets it tonight. You got the blue circle ready? Okay. We're ready for it. We're ready for it. But I thought it was funny because he strikes the guy out and the catcher throws it back to him. And Fergie's like, no, we're keeping this. And he's like, like Fergie had to save the ball himself. I think that kind of made Fergie look like he's like, God damn, no, I'm keeping that ball.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I saw that this afternoon. I'm like, damn, good job, Fergie. Like, just so smooth. Loved it.
Yeah, just strutting around in the middle of that blue circle, like,
yeah.
3,000K. When Fergie retired, he was the first pitcher in baseball to ever retire with over 3,000 strikeouts, less than 1,000 walks.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
keep this.
We hung out with him. And we hung out with him.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? We got Fergie just dropping in, hanging out with us.
Just chilling out. Well, it's because he pitched in that time. If he was today and he's making $30 million a year, he wouldn't talk to us. Come on.
Fergie's probably not going to
hang out with us. Yeah. He actually just messaged me. He wanted a paycheck for the pod, and I was like, ooh, shit.
Let's talk to our sponsors.
Yeah, we got to work on that.
No, we're at the Pakistan Super League. They got us. Oh, buddy.
I got one more video, Timmer, to get here for you. And then we can get everybody off and they can go watch the Leaf game.
I think we got time for one more, buddy. And then, I know people want to get to the Leafs game.
Little pregame show for you tonight. All right. This is an old video. When I looked at it, I was like, oh, shit, I missed this. This is like a couple years old, but it is hilarious. There's a guy walking his dog. And here, just watch this guy, okay? This is from a pet. So here's a guy walking. Oof. A cat falls on his head. Now he's out cold. There's the cat. Here's the dog. But why is the dog wearing boots? The dog's like, who the hell?
23 days in hospital before being discharged this week. He still has to undergo physiotherapy.
Come on.
So he ended up in hospital for 3 weeks with the neck brace on. So let me play the beginning for you again. So now you can see this. Okay. He's walking his dog. Walking his dog. The dog has boots on. A cat falls off a balcony onto his head.
Okay, I missed that part.
Okay, so it's right off the top. Right off the top.
I missed the cat falling out of the. Where did the cat come from?
You want to see the cat again? Okay, let's watch the cat again. The cat's like, what the hell? Dog's like, what happened to you, bud?
What the?
Walk with my boots
on.
23 days in hospital before being discharged.
There you go.
There's a lot of things that confuse me right there in that video. Where did the cat come from? Why did the guy in the yellow shirt not help?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Why is the dog wearing boots? Other than he's an ass kicker. Obviously, he's going to kick some ass and take some names with that cat. But
wait though.
That's confusing.
The dog kind of wandered away at first. He's like, "Come on, old man," because he had that old man walk going with their arms behind the back. You know And you're right. The guy in the yellow or green shirt, whatever, is just kind of like, not my problem. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what entertained me this week. Timmer, we got a cool guest coming up next week on the pod. Again, we'll release that on our social medias this week and let you know who's coming up on season 5, episode 7, and we'll have them on next Tuesday night.
Yeah, looking forward to that one, buddy. It's gonna be good for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
You just blacked out on me again.
No, Leafs are about ready to hit the ice. So
all right, buddy. All right, let's just get out of here.
This could be our year, Tim.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Hey, let's thank our sponsors one last time here. Chris McLeod over at Realty House. If you're looking to buy or sell, Chris is the guy. Shauna over at the Health House. If you're looking to get healthy, Shauna's who to talk to. And best wishes and get well soon to our friends at the Pakistan Super League. When everything's good over there, we still just want to be friends.
Yeah, they'll be back. And eventually they'll answer our emails too. And we'll have a chance to talk with them at some point.
And, yeah, hopefully. Talk to the MVP.
At some point. Thanks to Gavin again over at Anderson Craft Ales for stopping by for a visit here tonight. Visit andersoncraftales.ca. That's where you can find them online. And hopefully we get a chance to get up to London here again real soon and check out Anderson and the other. But hopefully we get to go somewhere and check out something at some point.
That really went astray there. You had to focus, and then like, screw it. I just want to go someplace.
I just don't want to be here anymore.
Somewhere soon.
Season 5, episode 6 in the books. We'll see you next week for episode 7. Tim, cheers, buddy.
Thanks, Bobby.